Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IX. We're going to be traveling all over the world today, a world which, if you haven't noticed, is modeled after the Final Fantasy I map. I also found something else out, and it's about Tantalus' name. I just kept assuming that it was only based on the Greek myth figure, Tantalus. That's not the only reason that the Tantalus crew is called that. It's named more for the volcanic crater near Honolulu, Hawaii. Because remember, the FF9 was half located there. That's why there are a lot of little nods to Hawaii in the game. So the very first location that we're going to drop party members off at is going to be down here at the Water Shrine. We're sending Ito and Garnet. Ito wanted to speak with Garnet alone and figured this would be a good time to do so. So it's going to be Ito and Garnet alone. That's going to be the first pairing. We're going to be dropping 2 party members off at each elemental shrine connected to Terra. Then we're going to break all 4 seals simultaneously. Then we're going to go to the Shimmering Isles, which, remember, is near Estogaza at Mount Gulag. And we're going to use that to hopefully travel to a brand new world, Terra. First, however, we are going to be making a pit stop. We're going to be going at Daguerro, not Daguerrio, like I thought it was. Which, I should have known I was saying that wrong. We need to buy some equipment in Daguerra. And I am coming here just to kit out mainly Kina, because Kina and Zidane is going to be the pairing for one of the shrines that we're heading to. It's going to be... We already dropped Ito and Garnet off, and then it's going to be Freya and Amaranth, Vivi and Steiner, which is a pretty sensible pairing. These are all pairings that they've set up, by the way, aside from maybe Xena. Xena! Yeah, that's a ship name. Zidane and Kina. Everybody ships Xena now. These are all pairings that have been set up. Like, there's been some pre-arranged relationship between Garnet and Ito. They've had some kind of bond. Vivi and Steiner, they get along. Freya and Amaranth, we remember they had the active time event in Trino, and that's really the only person that Amaranth has even come close to getting along with. Also, we get that Capricorn, Stellazio. This 4-armed man here, who I will just come out straight up and say is Gilgamesh. Praise be to Gilgamesh. The reason I'm just blurting that out, by the way, is because your treasure hunter rank, which he mentioned, he's disgusted with our H rank. Your treasure hunter rank, which is determined by, like, how many chests you open up, how many chocographs you find, and the treasures from that, and a whole bunch of other bullshit, it needs to be maxed out before he tells you anything. Then you play Tetramaster and he reveals his name, and that's really all there is to it. It's just the revelation that his name is Gilgamesh, that he is that character. And I'm not grinding treasure ranks just for that. That's stupid. No thank you. So we have synthesized some stuff, including a new weapon for Zidane, which, really, I probably should have done that before Ozma. I forgot that you could get that weapon here. Oh well. That guy mentions a dragon god. We don't need nations of the world, they're just a politician's tool. This is the sales clerk young man debate. You get a Tetramaster card depending on who you side with in these debates, but also, workers of the world rise up. There's all sorts of just fun stuff you can do in Daguerra. Like there is someone you can give the Naming Way card, which is something that we missed in the Desert Palace. You can give that to someone just to rename characters, so it's not all that important. Gonna grab the Obelisk for Freya, the Tiger Fangs for Amaranth. No forks for Kina, which is mainly what I wanted. That's a little bit unfortunate. It's not the biggest problem in the world. Just a little bit unfortunate. I did come to Daguerro off-screen, which is why you didn't see the title pop up. I came here in preparation for Ozma, just to get Steiner, Vivi, Garnet, and Zidane a couple of items, since Daguerreo is kind of a high-level shop. It's also a totally optional location. Totally optional. But I did leave the Stilazio and a few things just to explore and see. It's this flooded remote library. And it being this repository of knowledge from the old world, it's named for a daguerreotype, which was a very old way of taking photos in the mid-1800s, using like polished silver plates and all sorts of long exposure techniques, and iodizing the plate after polishing it, putting it in this solution of boiling mercury. They're really, really beautiful too. Like for such early works of photography, they are gorgeous if you've ever seen one. And because the inventor of the daguerreotype, I think his name was Louis Daguerreau, because he made his techniques and everything known to the public, like everything was just public knowledge, he didn't patent anything, photography really took off and became a mainstream thing. Like the technology to do really basic, primitive silhouette photos and just, again, more early types of photography existed since the turn of the 19th century, but because of Daguerreau being kind of magnanimous, that was the point at which, like, photography became a mainstream thing, like 40 or 50 years into the 19th century, but still. Cool little photography facts. I think I'll ask Vivi to babysit Steiner. Love that line. Okay, so we're gonna loop around because the world is not flat. Oh shit, I could have gotten this shrine out of the way, the wind shrine, I think, on the way back from Daguerreo. Although again, because the globe is a thing and the world is not flat, unlike our real world, right? Our very flat Earth. We can just get right back really quickly. My favorite thing about flat earthers is that Facebook post where they say they have members all over the globe without a trace of irony, without a trace of self-awareness. Say that again, but slower. And Zidane's even kind of directly telling the player there, better make sure Kina and I are well prepared because it's going to be us at this final shrine. So make sure Kina is well prepared. Kina is not well prepared for this. I've kind of been neglecting them, if you haven't noticed. They haven't featured very prominently in the party. So they have sub 1000 HP at the end of Disc 3. They have very little blue magic. They do not have, I think we've caught one frog. So Frog Drop will do a whopping 100 damage. Also, we couldn't even get a good fork at Daguerreo for them. So, Kina's going to contribute virtually nothing. I do have the feather boots on them, so they will absorb earth damage, which is handy since we're in the Earth Shrine, and it stands to reason that they might be taking some earth damage. We also have on Zidane, I think we already have it equipped, but just make sure. No, we don't actually want auto float on Kina. We will put it out on Zidane since he doesn't have his own pair of feather boots. Yeah, Kina will just absorb any kind of earthquakes or earth-based magic. Zidane will float. And at first glance, seems pretty empty, but as they proceed literally just a few more feet into the Earth Shrine, you have to be ready for that. See, the exclamation pops up, so just smash circle, don't get crushed. Then you get these really cool flashes to each of the different shrines and what's going on there. Now, Aiko is so precious here, worrying about Dagger. However, it is Dagger who saves Aiko. Almost flat like a pancake. Ah, I love Kina. So the first two shrines, things are not going super great. What about the Fire Shrine and the Wind Shrine? Well, we'll catch up with them in a little bit, probably. We know that the Water and the Earth Shrines are trapped, though. I've been waiting for you. Now, who could that be? Before we find out, we're gonna flash over to the Fire Shrine with Amarant and Freya. Very nearly said Framarink, which is maybe the worst ship name. Look at that cool girl. And this cool dude. God, the boss designs are so radical in 9. We're the Guardians of Terra. So each shrine seems to have its own guardian. Holy shit, look at her. If I wasn't an Akali main now... The Fire Guardian. The Fire Guardian, though. It's unfortunate that we're all Akali mains now. I don't know if any of you play League. It doesn't matter if you do or do not play League. We're all Akali mains now. I haven't played League, aside from some random ARAMs here and there, in like 7 to 8 years. And I was a Cho'Gath main, and I love me some Nasus, and some Karthus, and so on. However, they had a good run, but we are all Akali mains now. Akali is the queen. Goddamn that video. That music video, though. She's so fucking cool. All the blacklight spray paint and the mask. Everybody mains Akali now. I will accept no fucking blasphemy on this. She is very good. So, Steiner is going to hold the Wind Guardian down, that big cool dragon, to help Vivi properly aim his spells. And we're gonna go 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 across all the shrines. Or so you would think. Unfortunately, and you may have guessed this by the fact that I was really only adamant about equipping Kina and Zidane, they're the only two who were actually going to get to see fight. I think it would have been a lot cooler if we did 4 boss battles simultaneously for each pairing, but we really only get it for this pairing. Also, this is going to be a really sad cakewalk in which, yeah, Kina's going to die. If that's, yeah, there's no way this does less than 1,000 damage to them. Well, you had a good run, Kina. Not going to bother Phoenix downing them, especially because they won't get XP. Now, there is one thing to note about this boss, specific to Kina. Kina can eat them. It's the only boss in the game that Kina can eat. I don't even you learn Earthquake from it. But since Zidane is hitting for 4 to 5k, and is getting repeatedly nothinged by Earthquakes that keep missing because of the auto float, Zidane's gonna clean this up real quick, within like the next 1 to 2 attacks. Even the melee missed. This is very sad for this boss. This is very, very sad. Okay, there's at least a spell that's gonna hit and do some damage. Unfortunately, auto regen is... yeah, Like, it's nothing. This poor Earth Guardian. Poor Kina, too. If the boss had just decided to target Zidane with the Firaga at the beginning and the Thundaga, Kina would have been fine tanking all of the earthquakes with the feather boots on. Oh well. Shit happens. Y'all did fine, Aiko. So the reason that Aiko wanted to get some alone time with Garnet is because Aiko has a big ol' crush on Zidane. Garnet and Zidane have a little bit more. So Aiko wants to know if she really loves him. You have to answer me. It is illegal for you to not answer me. The cops will come, says Aiko. That's the cops right now. You have to answer. Damn it. No answer. We have to save the dramatic reveal for the time that the party is in the most peril. This thing that we all know is coming. We can say we do it all for Dagger, or to find out what Kuja's after. I think that middle option, or we could also say, I don't know, I think that middle option is more honest. It feels more honest to the character, so... Hey, Amarant. Lost against his way of thinking. Amarant's becoming a little bit less of a prick. We also saw that conversation that he had in the Fire Shrine about how he used to know this loser who was always just itching to pick fights. He's literally just talking about himself. But now that all 4 shrines are taken care of, mirrors placed, the seal's broken, we can go to the Shimmering Island, which, luckily, is just a location on the map that we can point to and tell the ship to go. And we are ready to enter Terra. That represents our point of no return for the foreseeable future. We're not heading into the end of the game yet. This is just going to be the end of Disc 3, but until we hit that transition from 3 to 4, we cannot turn back any longer. It's a hard commitment. Here we are in Terra. Already, some things about the color palette and the architecture are familiar to a few of the dungeons that we've been in as of late. And we even get the old man showing up, who we know to be Garland. Who has a real peculiar fascination with Zidane's name, or getting him to say his name. So you believe a given name has meaning. Boy, you've been bewitched by the light of the blue moon. You know nothing, and that is all. Come see for yourself, see what Terra is and what you are. This is some kind of odd thing, is goading us on. So that is going to do it for now. We're going to go with this party just because we want to see some things about Amaranth. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.